Ghetto.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's Ghetto vlog. I am still here in the world's greatest game room, but I'm sure you guys have already seen it now. We did a little recap, but it's time to go on a game hunt, Kev.
Yeah, let's go.
It's been way too long.
Anything to get you out of my house.
Well, I did turn up uninvited, to be fair. Right, so yeah, let's get to it. Game room number 2. You still got a few bits then in here, Kev, mate?
Most of it's at work now.
Oh, all right, so there is more storage areas.
I'm trying to clear this shed.
Right.
So I can get rid of this shed.
Yeah.
All my overflow that I'd like to keep is in the main shed, which is at the back of the garden.
Right. So this is the overflow shed, of which half of it is at the overflow work.
Yeah, I don't want any of the stuff that's in there.
Right, okay.
The stuff that's in that shed is wanted.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
That's the great stuff.
Yeah.
That's the lesser so stuff. Yeah. And then there's the work stuff.
Oh, no, there's good stuff in there. I just don't want it.
Okay, first stop. Farm foods. You excited?
I want some ice pops.
Mr. Freeze. We are going to Old School Gaming, of course. So, you know, you have to cut through the farm foods. Anybody watching that comes to or is in thinking of going to Old School Gaming, you only get 2 hours at farm foods. I recently learned the hard way when I went there looking at the full set. Yeah, got a nice find in the post, which was great. Do you want anything while we're in here, Kev?
3 cabbage cream eggs for £1.
Right, we're going to go to Old School Gaming then. Let's see what we can find. I've been saying recently that I'll be happy when this full SNES set is gone. And it's a strange thing to say, but I just keep thinking about it. And every time I go anywhere else and I look at games, I think I could be spending my money getting towards my full SNES set. Yeah.
I might buy a lot.
Beat you to a full SNES set? Yeah. Your cupboard's not big enough.
I'll make a cupboard.
You make a cupboard. Kevin buys the full set just to put them in a cupboard. And leave the PSP Essentials on display there, yeah. Take precedent. Right, we are here. Right, so before I get lost and intoxicated in a sea of SNES goodness again, I don't want to overlook the fact that there's all this Mega Drive stuff, so I'm going to try and look at everything else and then get back to the inevitable adding SNES heavy hitters to my collection. So yeah, let's see what else there is. Seen anything, Kevin?
No.
Yeah. I take it you've had a look at the
I've got little, I'm like a squirrel, I've got little, what am I looking at?
cheeks. Nuts.
No, I've got
Squirrel Kev with his little nuts.
They're not little. the rest of it is.
It's an optical
You
illusion.
don't get to 50 small ones.
But back to games. Have you found any Mega Drive games?
No.
Oh.
No Mega Drive.
That's surprising, given how many are here. You don't see this many, do you, very often? I think it might be the best stock shop in the country right now.
Oh, I've seen it. Oh. No manual. Dirty, no manual.
Perfectionist, look.
I like that.
Yeah, so, oh no. Kev, knocking all the games down. Pull in here where that big cock is, Kev. There you go. Just in there, mate.
Drive through or what are we
Well, if we drive through, we can do the pickups in the car.
Okay.
And you've got a lot of pickups to discuss.
I have.
Let's do that then. Right, so whilst we're waiting on the chicken coming, we're probably going to get interrupted by, I was going to say a chicken woman. We're going to get interrupted by a chicken woman in a minute. But whilst we're doing that, we might as well get into Kev's pickups because he's got quite a few. But it's your first shop you've been in 6 months.
Yeah, so I'm going to, aren't I?
Yeah, of course.
It's like...
Yeah, I think you've actually showed restraint.
So...
You've got a heavy hitter you're going to save to last, aren't you? I'm just making sure.
When it comes
No, you can't pull that out mid.
Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
So I love having worms.
Yeah, and you love Jim. That was part of your bundle though, wasn't it? Because you bought so much stuff, you found a way to get Earthworm
I think
Jim.
he owed it, man.
Yeah. Great figure though. Are you going to unbox it? No. Let it breathe, man. Let it breathe. Okay.
Dreamcast.
The Nomad Soul.
I know nothing about it.
Speed Devils.
This is one I'm really keen to play.
Yep. Oh, we've said about before, haven't we? Best Supercross year. Honestly, turn of the millennium Supercross was something else. 1990 Supercross, not so much.
No.
New millennium,
Word illegal.
vintage. He was number one.
Whoever he is.
Yeah, he was number one. Is that for the kiosk?
Is that Rory's brother?
Showing your age there.
Yeah. That's for the kiosk.
For the kiosk.
That's just to annoy you.
Oh my god! Come on! You put me off my lunch.
Beautiful.
You're gonna put me off my lunch. Come on, get rid of it.
Another Dreamcast.
Oh, at least you got a good game. It's a good game, this one. I think the original Power Stone's probably better, but yeah, Power Stone 2, nice. No, dropping stuff on the floor.
I'm dropping the contents of my bag on the floor.
Seaman all over again.
Gun Griffin.
Gun Griffon, actually. What's a Griffon?
Oh, I didn't say that.
Gun Griffon. Interesting.
Another one I'm keen to play.
World Cup Golf.
This is the professional edition.
Yeah. You don't want amateur World Cup Golf.
No. If you're going to play World Cup Golf.
Yeah, might as well go for it. Especially with that. So edit that out.
The mouse camera. Zillion.
Zillion 2. Zillion squared.
The Flash.
Flash.
The Master System. An empty bag.
Empty bag. This is not just good basketball.
Oh no, this is great.
Great basketball. And it's not just on any cartridge.
No, it's on a Mega cartridge.
I feel like the value is just going up with that. Crash Dummies. I enjoyed the cartoon and the toys. I had the toys.
The toys were wicked.
Yeah.
I did consider getting them. Another one.
They're messy though, aren't they? Yeah. Go on, put it in the pile, mate. Move on quickly. And again.
Transformers.
Yep.
And I think, oh no, one more. Oh, then this is the biggie.
Is this the biggie?
This is the biggie. Those that know will know this is a biggie.
Oof! Oof! In the box! I don't want to risk damaging your cardboard, and Chicken Lady's not here yet, so you might as well have a look. Oof, the suspense.
Oh no.
Right, so it's...
Well, it's got pictures on the back.
So it's Panzer... Right, so it's just... I don't understand what's happening here. Okay, I'm not a Saturn guy.
It's an expensive Saturn game.
Right, alright, so it's over 4 discs. Okay, now I get you. So you do need the cardboard, because you wouldn't want...
No.
You know what I mean?
But did you show that there's pictures on the back?
Sorry.
Yeah, look, there's pictures on the back.
Pictures on the back. I think you got a bargain, actually, looking at the pictures on the back. Nice. Nice. So that was the most expensive one you needed for the Saturn?
Yeah. There is another item.
There is.
This is for Mr. Callum. So I didn't get you a wedding gift.
Right.
So I got this for your partner as her wedding gift.
Shall I show it now, or shall I wait till we get back?
If you don't want it, I've got a cupboard.
All right, so yeah, Kev gifted me this in Old School Gaming. Very, very generous of him. The generosity I've had for this wedding, I'm genuinely thinking about going into like polygamy and maybe getting married a few more times. At least until I get the SNES set complete. Yeah, I'm going to talk about this more when we get back to the 3.0, because I don't want to say nice things about Kev while I'm sat next to him.
No, that's fine.
So yeah, we'll look at what I got when we get back, but he's a good guy, is our Kev. Right, anyway, next. Vintage Gamer.
No, we've got 3 wraps to eat.
3 wraps, yeah.
1.5 each.
You wouldn't think a wrap would take this. I'm still on the classic wrap height, by the way, if you don't know. And I'm not talking like 2-pack and NAS, I'm talking about KFC classic wrap. I was all about McDonald's wrap of the day. Pfft, no, the extra 50p is well worth it. We'll come back momentarily for Kev's thoughts on the classic wrap.
Okay.
The original wraps?
Yes, yeah, thank you very much. It's all right, let's go. Right, let's hit these, and then we're going to get a Kev review.
Oh, one of these wraps.
I want an out of 10 review. Right, so we are now, of course, outside Vintage Gamer. You have to go to Vintage Gamer if you've been to Old School Gaming. But Kev, thoughts on the wrap?
It was too hot.
Yeah, but you can't judge it on temperature alone.
Yeah, but I asked you to blow on it, and you won't blow on it.
That's for a different video.
Oh, the wrap. Oh no, the wrap.
Out of 10.
Yeah, the wrap.
Out of 10.
7.
7. Even for £2.50. You won't give it like value for money score.
It was alright.
I think 7. I think 7's harsh.
Well, that's what it's getting.
I'm going to 9 personally. I think for £2.50 it's the best cheap snack on the market today.
Can we agree on an 8?
Yeah.
8.
8. And I've just clocked a car in the car park. I should have known we'd run into this guy today. Let's go and see James at Vintage Gamer. All right. Seen that in the window? Look at that though. Sign of quality, that is. I knew you'd be here. I just knew it. There's no way I'm going around Birmingham without seeing James. How are you, James? So, hang on, let me get this straight. We've walked into James, who's inadvertently doing a deal to buy games for you. I mean, that's just the life of you two, isn't it? You go game hunting with these two. It's like Inception. Look at all these beautiful red spines. So you're just going to fill your shelf, aren't you? Then you're done.
Yeah, I'm not.
Are you buying specific ones or any one?
The first ones that come along.
So you're not buying the cheaper ones or the more expensive ones? That's a rare one, you know.
And obviously I just have to choose
Episodes from Liberty City. Right, so this might be the coolest thing in a shop full of cool things. Look at this. So not only is it store display, look at it working.
It was really funny.
Look at that.
Because the way the letters come in order.
My first question was, why have you not bought it?
size of it.
Yeah, and we've both learned quickly these things are expensive.
Yes.
So there must be like collectors out there for this kind of, well obviously promo, but you just like Swiss Army knife stuff.
The discount price is still a lot.
Even the discount price is high, yeah. Because I saw it and I was like, I'll have that. But then, yeah, these are not cheap. But look how cool it is. And plus, where would you put it? Because you need a lot of space for it to be able to move, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You seen this, Kev? Moving. Kev's as impressed as Kev gets.
Oh, okay.
It's better than a Sega mouse.
It's not.
No.
Oh, you pair. Honestly.
How's that game related?
Well, not everything in life has to be game related.
If I collected,
on the knife.
if I collected,
Yeah.
if I collected Swiss Army knives, I'd want it in my knife room.
Yes.
He does live in Leicester. Do you know what? Seeing this, I've joked about you two going game hunting together. The enabling that is going on. The two most prolific game hunters I've ever known of in the same place at the same time.
Didn't you just spend...
Hey, whoa, that's not about me. It's not about me. Oh, this is going to
You're
be...
the worst
This,
one yet.
this could have been a documentary. I just follow you two around like this.
So,
Oh, you've got one of these.
Yeah, I got one of these, yeah.
But it's not this one.
I've got one.
It's cool though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm getting mine modded though.
Yeah, so you can get more race like artwork on it and stuff.
Terrible.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like,
I played it.
You'd be paying
It's like, if you go back to the 90s arcades.
Yeah.
Was it V-Rad who was playing the other day?
Yeah.
It's very similar to that.
Are you still thinking about that
Afterburner.
afterburner?
Yeah.
I really want that.
You contacted him after the hunt, didn't you? He's not having it, is he?
No, he's not going.
We'll have to go back to retro set. We'll give it a few months and we'll go
Yeah,
again. We'll try
I'll
again.
just go drop some cash on his desk.
Yeah.
Is there an out-
This bag here. Bag's sitting around here. There's got good stuff in it as well.
It's normally on the front, mate, so if it ain't...
You got a maybe pile yet, Kev?
Yeah.
Have you already?
Within like 30 seconds of doing it. I hate coming shopping with you.
Don't blame me. I reckon it's James. You and James breathe the same air and yeah, stuff happens. Games get bought. What do you want to play, James?
Oh, first?
The rematch.
Yeah, sure.
New challenges, do you want to go with?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right then, let's go.
You can be T-Hawk.
No, I'm can me. Thork. That's what I call it. Who are you going with?
I don't know. I can only be right, I don't know, isn't it?
So why are we going around the asses then? You know you're going to be review. Let's just go for it. It's a bit cosy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, I just poured over the back.
Do you know Kev once came to my house, right? Left him almost crying.
Needs to learn. Valuable lesson.
Well, I'm taking that.
Yeah.
Pleasure. I'll see you in another 6 months, yeah? We'll do it again.
Thank you.
All right, Kev, what did you get from Vintage Gamer?
I don't know why, but that appealed to me.
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
No, I think that's part of the appeal, isn't it? You've never
I
seen
mean,
it.
it's an empty box. Bar the game.
He
But I
gifted
can
it
put
to you though,
control
didn't
on
he?
it. Yeah, he gave it to me. Thank you, Nick. If you're watching, which I'm sure you are.
It's a nice colour.
Yes.
I don't know where you're going to put it.
Only my Xbox stuff.
Oh, on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, more 360 stuff. That'll go on the side of you. You got like an accessories thing, haven't you?
Yeah, but that's OG Xbox.
Ah.
I don't know. I'll find somewhere for it.
I've never seen
I've
that.
got oodles of room.
You don't really. It's weird because I've never even thought, oh, I need an Xbox 360 memory card because you've got the.
Well, you've not lived then, Callum.
You can just change the hard
I have
drive.
dreams of an Xbox 360 memory card.
64 megabyte. That's not a lot. Right. Anyway, it's cool. Anyway, yes.
I don't think you think it is cool.
I do think it's cool. I tell you, if it was like your Sega
No,
mouse,
that silly grin on your face is telling me you don't appreciate
I
it.
think it's cool. But
I
I
might
just,
put that near my mouse.
as a use, I don't think it's very useful. Oh, these now I'm going to be honest and tell you it's not cool. This is not cool. Nothing about that is cool.
What?
It's not big and it's not clever.
These?
Yeah.
Well, what's not cool about them?
What is cool about them?
That honeycomb.
Put it to the side. You won't be able to tell me what type. Hang on. What do they say?
I can't I can't see anywhere. I'm blind. That's
Oh
not fair.
dear. All right. Have you got many of them
Yeah.
card ones? Yeah.
Got a few.
I don't remember seeing them in your room.
Oh, you've not paid
Not-
much
I've
attention
not
to
lived.
the room then, have you?
No.
See how that fits in there?
What's that all about?
See how that's perfect. fit
Is that the
there?
wrong box? Is that the wrong box?
I don't know.
That's terrible.
That's not. It's-
Signage and code do better than that.
Oh, easy, yeah. We put the wrong game in there.
No, yeah.
And then it's just, oh no, another Dreamcast game.
Oh,
Shifts
South Park.
Love Shack.
Chocolate salty balls.
I have. It has been quite warm today.
Yeah, that's
hasn't
been
it?
one today.
And then the rest is essentials.
Yeah, let's see them. You've got some good ones, to be fair.
Yeah, they're
Sealed.
sealed as well.
Sealed, yeah. Nice.
We'll do them 2 at a time
Yep.
because they're boring.
They're not all boring.
No, you're right. FIFA 15.
That's actually the hardish one to get. Originally, the early FIFAs were quite easy, but yeah, they're getting harder.
Okay.
And it's UK, I think. Yeah. Sealed. That is the one I told you to get. That's a great one.
You said don't get it.
No, I did not. So there's a version of this which is the full game and the episodes from Liberty City. So this is a weird version. I don't know why it's released, but yeah, this is quite a hard one to find in the essential set. So
Okay.
not that you're going for the full set. Nice. Call of Juarez. I can't remember which one was the rare one. Might be this. There's one of them that was very hard to find. I don't know if it was Cartel.
Well,
But yeah.
once I've run out of room, I won't be getting any more.
Yeah, to clarify, you're not going for a full set. You're just filling one
just
shelf, aren't
filling
you?
one shelf.
One shelf. So it's just for that nice red spine glow.
Yes.
Should we just zoom in on the bag now?
Oh.
Just gonna. I was just gonna
No
hurry.
one wants
I was
to
just
see
gonna hurry
that.
up. Well, I feel like we've seen the good ones now.
Oh, well, no, yeah.
All right, 2 at a time then. Yeah, come on. Yeah, lovely.
No one wants to see the bag. So that's a
Spider-Man's a good one, yeah. I haven't got the correct disc in mine, I don't think.
I have
Oh, lovely. You got a better essential set than me.
a game room.
Yep.
And the last 2,
Saved the best to last. 2 Assassin's Creed games.
that's it. And then an empty bag.
An empty bag. Another one. So, Kevin, I just want to say it's been a pleasure. Nice to see you.
I'd like to say the same.
Can we not make it another 6 months?
I will try my very best.
Well,
If
can we
I
just, can we promise we're going to have a Christmas special at least?
I've got an umbrella for my dark clouds.
Yeah, that's good.
Hopefully it don't let any water in.
Yeah,
I'm trying my best.
yeah. I'll get you another Katamari game.
Oh, well, I'm there. I don't need any more.
Have you got them all?
Yeah.
Subset complete.
So, yeah, that's false promises, Callum.
All right, no worries. Well, it's always a pleasure.
Yes.
See you soon. You got anything you want to say to people?
Bye.
As we keep the camera on you, awkwardly.
Oh, wait.
What an absolutely fantastic day that was. I mean, just game hunting with friends, it doesn't get much better than that. It was just laughs and jokes, most of which didn't make the final edit. Not safe for viewing some of them jokes, but yeah, just a great day. I'll get more into that a little bit later on, but let's get into the pickup. So, first we're going to start with Vintage Gamer. I didn't actually buy any games. I mean, to be fair, when you're out with Kev and James in a shop, I don't know if there's any games left for me. But in all honesty, yeah, just nothing that caught my eye on the day, apart from this little guy. Yeah, you know, you just see them little weird things and you think, as soon as you see it, you think, I've got to have that. Well, that's kind of how I felt about this guy. So this is, I think, what they call a Totaku or Totaku figure. I don't really know. There's quite a few of these, all video game related. There's like Banjo-Kazooie, Sackboy, Parappa the Rapper, Ryu. Yeah, I think there was a run of these. This one is dated 2018. I don't know if they're still making these things, but you don't see much sort of like Conker's Bad Fur Day merchandise at all. And I mean, it's cool, right? It's a squirrel holding like 2 what look like Mac 10s. He's got a cigar. Yeah, I can definitely find a little home for this guy in the room. So yeah, really happy with that. And Nick did me a good price. Shout out to Nick, as always. And shout out to James. I knew we would bump into James. You cannot go game hunting in Birmingham on any given day, I say Birmingham, right? I always get attacked for that. The Birmingham area, shall we say, the West Midlands. He covers a lot of ground. On this day, it was Hales Owen. But yeah, massive shout out to James. Always good to see you, my friend. And hopefully we'll be seeing him on a vlog, maybe even this week, because I've got plans to meet up with James again. And then we get into the games. So all of the games I got came from Rich over at Old Skool Gaming. I hadn't been there since the full SNES set, and I ended up getting like 32 Super Nintendo games. I'm looking at them now because I still haven't found a home for them. And speaking of finding a home for things, not much has changed here in the 3.0. I've tidied up a little bit so that I can get in here and record and do some gaming, which is something else we're going to talk about a little bit later on. But yeah, nothing's really changed in this area. I have got a lot of plans. I think I'm going to change a few things around. But anyway, we're supposed to be doing pickles. We're going to get into all that stuff in the rest of the vlog. But the first thing that I picked up came off the back of a recent purchase. So I recently picked up Killzone HD, the trilogy. If you've watched the vlogs, you'll know I got that for a really good price. And that's kind of set me off on the HD remaster subset on the PlayStation 3. That's by far the most expensive one, so I feel like I've enabled myself now to sort of go for the others. I think I already own like 3 anyway, and I think there's 15 in the set. Somebody on the Discord, I think it was Connor actually, posted all of them and the total price. And I wish he hadn't put the total price. Like, ignorance is bliss. It was like £581 based on the CX for sale price to get all 15 of these things, but I'm just going to do it slowly. And this is the one that I most want to play. So yeah, really happy to have seen this today. And Rich did me a good price on it, and that is the Ratchet & Clank trilogy. So this was a 2012 released game compilation of the HD remasters of the first 3 games, Ratchet & Clank 2, and you guessed it, Ratchet & Clank 3. So I think all 3 of those games came out on the PlayStation 2. Now I'm going to make a gaming admission. I've never finished a Ratchet & Clank game. I think the most time I've ever put into one was the PS5 one. When the PS5 first came out, I was just a bit starved of games. Once I'd finished God of War, I thought, right, what next? And I played a bit of Ratchet & Clank, but I just wasn't really feeling it. Not for any fault of the game. I think I'd just come off the back of doing the Platinum on God of War, and I just wasn't really ready for that kind of game at the time, so I never really like progressed with it. And whilst the value was high, I think I just traded it in, and I knew I wasn't going to be collecting PS5, but I definitely need to create some Ratchet & Clank memories. It's a much beloved series. It's like, it's everything I should like, right? That kind of 3D action platform fun by the looks of it. So yeah, very happy to have this. I can now experience the first 3 games in HD glory. So yeah, this is definitely a nice one to have. And another one off the inevitable completion of the subset. That subset, I've still got a few question marks over it. We'll get to that probably in another video about why that's a bit of a trial and tribulation for me. But basically, when you already own them on the PS3 Essentials, it's hard to then splash the cash and pay for the expensive ones like God of War Collection Volume 2. But anyway, like I say, we'll maybe discuss that in a future episode. So, we now get into Super Nintendo goodness. And I didn't really have a plan. So, I knew I was going there, but I never really knew until I got there how I was going to approach it. Now, when you've still got that many Super Nintendo games, of which there was a lot, I was surprised by how many were there. Rich said he's actually restocked as well. So not only was it the full set, he's also had a lot in since, so he's replenished some of the stuff that's been sold. And I always get caught up in this, do I buy the rare rubbish, you know what I mean, the filler stuff, but you never see it? Or do I buy a nice title or something that I'd actually want to play, but maybe you see it a bit more often? And I ended up coming away with like both things inadvertently. But yeah, definitely a day of feeling the love, because I got to give a shout out to Rich. Rich gifted me this, so when I was like coming to negotiate the prices with him, and I always love the negotiation. Me and Rich, we hash it out for a while. I think we have good banter, man, backwards and forwards, myself and Rich, when it comes to the negotiation. We're both well versed now. I think we both always end up being happy. I know I left happy. But yeah, very kind of him. He gifted this one to me. Again, as a wedding gift, and that is International Tennis Tour. This one was originally a 1990 Amiga, Atari ST and Amstrad CPC game known as Tennis Cup. It was ported to the Super Nintendo in 1993 and the Mega Drive, where it's known as Davis Cup World Tour, I believe. So yeah, quite a varied history, this game. And I mean, what can I say about it? It's a tennis game, but quite a decent review looking at it. CVG gave the Amiga version 85%, as did Games Machine, Me Machine, Sega gave it 90%. I couldn't find any reviews on the actual Super Nintendo version, but decent reviews for the other versions, and quite uncommon. So this one was listed at £30. As I say, it was a gift, but if you go on eBay, you're looking at probably closer to £40 for this one. And just not one I've ever seen before. And you look at the front cover, I'm not sure if that guy is enjoying this or if he needs medical help. But yeah, another one off the full set. We need to do a proper count, don't we? I've really got to knuckle down and realise how many of these things I actually need, because we are getting closer, right? I keep adding Super Nintendo games. But speaking of uncommon rubbish sports titles, this was my purchase. A game which I've never seen, and I don't know if I'll ever see it again, set on the shelves in a game shop. I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of it, but that is Valdisere? That probably sounds better. Valdisere Championship. The American version of this has actually got a more easy to pronounce title. That's Tommy Moe's Winter Extreme Skiing and Snowboarding. Catchy. But yeah, Val d'Isere, which is the town apparently that hosted the men's downhill event in the 1992 Winter Olympics, is unsurprisingly a winter sports game. But what is surprising about this one is the reviews. You'll see on screen now. Seem to have really good views across the board. I don't know why. And it is actually in English. This is one of them games which you wouldn't be surprised if it was like a French exclusive or something like that. I'm guessing this sold better in regions that are more well versed in Winter Olympics. It's not really something which is overly practiced, I don't think, here in the UK, even though our weather's terrible. And as I say, it's named after a French village, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was a European release. But no, the language on the back is in English. And yeah, like I say, just one that I'll be very surprised if I ever see sat on the shelves in a game shop again. So these are the sort of titles that I want to tick off the list. And yeah, so my strategy at that point was grab a couple of games you don't see, but then there's always that part of me that wants to come home with a good game, and in stepped Kev, the hero, came swooping in. He'd heard me sort of like negotiating and messing about with Rich, and I was saying, oh, can you do me a deal on this? And he knew I wanted it, but I put it back on the shelves, and he just grabbed it and bought it and gifted it to me for my wedding. Very kind. It was the last thing he needed to do. It sounds a bit cheesy, but genuinely just him being out again on the hunt was gift enough. But yeah, very thankful. I should say, he did point out this is half Mrs. RG's. She was delighted. Definitely her favourite of the wedding gift so far. I'm not sure how we're going to split it. Maybe she can have the manual, or we'll have it on certain days. I don't know. But anyway, that game is Battletoads Double Dragon. So this one released on Super Nintendo in 1994 after being released on the NES a year earlier. It's a Rare developed beat 'em up. The game includes Billy and Jimmy Lee from Double Dragon, and it's actually the first game to feature all three Battletoads characters as playable characters, which I thought was quite surprising. But I mean, the box art, this is something I've long coveted. Look at it. I don't know. I love games that aren't black all the way around. I love the blue. The ultimate crossover. I don't know how this crossover came about. It's two different developers. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Was there a cartoon? Was there a comic book? Quite often that's the case with these things. There's like a cartoon or a comic book crossover at some point. I don't know how this came about, so if you know, let me know. But I think this is the final one I needed for the Battletoads and the Double Dragon set on the Super Nintendo. And yeah, just one that I've been wanting for a long time. So very, very happy to have this. I'll say this is just a beat 'em up. I think it plays a lot more like the Battletoads games as it opposed to the Double Dragon games, which you would expect with it being Rare developed. But yeah, very, very happy to have this. And now I came away with like games you never see, but also a very nice game that I actually want to play, and one which will adorn the SNES wall itself. So yeah, again, massive, massive shout out to Kev. And if you saw his updated game room tour that we did, then you'll know why Kev's not been on the channel. It's been quite difficult because obviously Kev's much loved, to his surprise, I think. And a lot of people have been asking me over the last few weeks or months, where's Kev, where's Kev? Pretty much every video, where's Kev? It's not my place, obviously, to discuss where somebody is, especially when they've got their own things going on. He's been quite open and honest about it on the Discord. But obviously, it's not really been my place to share information. I didn't even know Kev was going to divulge all that information on the day of that room tour, But Kev's a very honest bloke. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He is what he is. Kev is very much the man that you see. Trust me, like there's no front with Kev, and that's one of the things that I respect about him, and that's, I think, why we get along so well. But yeah, massive shout out to him. I'm very glad that he spoke openly and honestly, because like I said, on that tour, you know, a lot of people have these struggles, and I think it's easy to look at certain people and think, oh, they've got life easy, or they've got life made, or whatever, and it's not always the case. So yeah, talk, share your feelings, all that good stuff. I'm going to leave a link below to like men's health links and pages. So if you are struggling yourself, you want any help, yeah, just check in on the link below, and yeah, just talk to friends, man. Talk to people. So it's good. It's good to talk, guys. But yeah, on that note, just yeah, a great day all around, and feels like the calm down now. It's like the back to reality, back in this room, which is just covered a plethora of mess, I think. But yeah, it's time we got all this sorted out, isn't it? So let's get this 3.0 back to well, it's not back to anything. Let's get it better than ever. So, like I say, nothing's really changed here since last week's vlog. But I have had a lot of time to look at it, stare at it, and ponder on it. So I've come to the realization that no matter how hard I try with the Xbox 360, it's never going to look as good as this. Simply because the things in this unit just lend themselves to being presented better. It's more aesthetic, right? For me personally, we've got the Red, the Game Boy, the only on PlayStation sleeves, the Street Fighter toys, all this stuff for me just displays perfectly, never mind the full Wii U set, which is partially hidden. So, I don't know. Do I take all of the 360 out and amalgamate some of this into this area? Because this is more prominent. It's obviously a lot more prevalent as you walk into the room. It's like bang in your face. My sort of issue with doing that is this looks so good. Why ruin it? Do you know what I mean? Because obviously there's more space here than there is over here. There's only 2 units, one of which is partially hidden, whereas here we've got 2.5 units of display space. So I wouldn't be able to replicate it like for like. And like I say, for me, this is almost perfection. This is as good as it gets in terms of shelving. For me personally, I believe that. So would I really want to dissect that and start taking it apart? I did think, could I start taking some of it off, like potentially Wii U, for example? Could Wii U come out and then that could come over here? I don't know. I'm still very much pondering it. And there is one other thing that I've been thinking. Now, this is something that people have been asking me to do or telling me to do for a long time. And I have answered it on a previous vlog as to why I don't think it's possible. But I have been standing here thinking, could I switch Kratos and Master Chief? It does make sense, because obviously we've got Master Chief with the Xbox stuff. Should I leave that here? And Kratos is predominantly where there's more PlayStation. I always said it wouldn't work. If you look at the stance of Kratos, if you flip him around, he wouldn't have the same sort of like pose that he's got now. It would be, I guess, that side of him. But I kind of feel like it's one of them things that I don't really know if it would work until I try it. If I ever try it, there's never a better time than now. Whilst the room's already in a mess, a complete state of disrepair, and I'm in between what I'm doing with these units anyway, there's probably never been a better time. So I think I might at least give some serious thought to changing them over. I'm not committing right now. Okay, it looks like I've committed. Oh, hope I don't regret this. So my original plan was to sort of like put Kratos fully assembled, get him in the kind of position where he'd go in there, and then kind of gauge it from there. But I feel like the only way I'm ever going to truly know is if I just switch them both completely. And at least then I know and you know whether it's better or it's ruled out or whatever. So next time you see me, we should have Master Chief over here and Kratos over there. If only it were that simple, eh? I think I might have put him in the wrong way around. I don't know, maybe he just really likes Incredible Hulk on the Super Nintendo. Right, okay, let's try again, shall we? Right, so after much sort of like playing around, I can confirm that it doesn't work. It doesn't look too bad from this view. However, like from here, yeah, it's just, I didn't think it would work, but I feel like we had to find out. As a collective, I think we all needed to know. But trust me guys, it definitively doesn't work. And as if his positioning wasn't bad enough, he clearly can't hold his axe. So yeah, we can cross that one off. It was a time-consuming exercise, but at least we know for a fact. But I can't be the only one who's intrigued to see how Master Chief would look over there, so let's give it a whirl. So Master Chief looks okay. Not perfect, but this is with very little manipulation. This is just me throwing it there, seeing how it would look. That's a great shot, isn't it? Look at that. The whole Xbox crew together. But yeah, there's no point in me messing about. Had Kratos worked there, I'm confident we could like sort of manipulate and maneuver Master Chief to get him to work there. But Kratos is just so wrong that it's all irrelevant, really. But like I said, we've tried it. We all know. Let's get it put back and crack on with implementing some real change. Right, okay, so it's been a while since I checked in, and the reason for that is I've done a lot of experimenting. I've come up with something quite radical, and I kind of think it works. I don't know. I'm going to talk you through the thought process and how I got to where I'm at. So we established that Master Chief has to be in that corner. Obviously, I'm going to put his arm back on. But what sort of happened was, I was standing here, and it made me sort of realise how much more open this space is without Kratos being here. I never really minded Kratos being here, I was just happy to have him in the room. But once I sort of like removed him from the situation, I started thinking how much more open and spacious the room is as you walk in without that quite big, large, dark blocker there. And then I started to think, well, with him gone, because we made the sofa go up, etc, etc, I could get another $500 million here. So I could get another one of these here. Reduce the Mega Drive wall down. Mega Drive wall is going to get redone anyway. I've already mentioned that. It's already full and I'm nowhere near the amount of Mega Drive games I want. So that's all irrelevant. Forget about the Mega Drive wall. But I'm going to get $500 million could go in here. So we create even more space for this. And it's more spacious because we haven't got Kratos there. But that, of course, leaves the dilemma of where's Kratos going? That's a grail of mine, as you guys know. I definitely want him in the room in some capacity. So I started looking around thinking, is there anywhere else he could go? And then a small thought popped up into my mind, which I didn't think would work, but I thought, well, I'll try it. And I'm kind of on the fence about whether it might work. So what I did was remove the poor fella's legs, I don't know where they'd go, and popped him up there. Now, again, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not saying it does work or that it doesn't work. The problem I've got right now is it's hard to envisage anything at its best because the room's such a mess. I think once the room's clean, clear, tidy, everything on the shelf, everything will look infinitely better. And this certainly isn't the final form. I haven't really shuffled this around or played about with it. He's not even got his axe at the moment or anything like that, but I don't hate him up there. I really don't. So I'm kind of, yeah, in a strange situation where I really don't know. But I do, as I say, like this openness I've gained here. But at the same time, I don't know, I think it looks kind of cool. I don't know. I feel like it looks great. In theory, if I just had that there, or I showed someone, or someone showed me that, I think it looks good. It's wherever it looks good as a whole. Does that make sense? Like wherever it looks good with the whole room, because that's the only thing of that height. Does it make it look a bit odd? Might be something I have to live with. There's still loads to be doing in this room anyway, so I'm going to keep cracking on and moving stuff about, and then I'll check back in with you guys, and hopefully I'll have made some more decisions by then. Maybe Kratos on the sofa? Kratos on a billy? Kratos, now you're just being silly. Kratos on a bench press? Kratos on a boy? So yeah, after all of that, nothing's changed on the shelves, and the life-size statues are back where they were. Listen, you have to try these things, right? And like I say, when the room's in this kind of state, there's never a better time to try stuff. I have slightly repositioned Kratos. I think he's marginally in a better position now by a couple of inches. But let me know what you think. It has certainly given me things to think about. When he was up there, I didn't think it was too bad. I just wasn't 100% sure. And do I really want half a Kratos statue in here? I'm not sure. But anyway, one thing is for sure, the postman's bin. So, let me get into this. I know what this is. Right, okay, so I have a note. This is your note. It says, enjoy Mon Ami. For those who come after, you will understand in time. Now, some of you watching this probably do understand. So I've got to give a shout out to Sam and Missy. So this is like one of those things on the Ghetto Gang Discord where like the Ghetto Busters that we did, so like sort of akin to Blockbusters, where people play through a game, enjoy it, and then pass it on for somebody else to enjoy. Perfect for people like me that don't collect PlayStation 5, don't want to collect PS5. So they've sent me this copy of Expedition 33. Now the reason I wanted to play this is because everybody on the Discord has been talking about this. Like so many people are playing it, loving it, game of the year. People even saying it's like one of their favourite games of all time. So whilst it's not necessarily my kind of game, I think it's turn-based from what I know about it. Everybody to a man has been saying how good this game is. So it's got me intrigued. So perfect for me to borrow it, see if I get on with it. So I'm going to get this downloaded now so I can play this tonight, and I'll be able to give you my sort of like first impressions of this game tomorrow. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you've played Expedition 33. But once again, shout out to Sam and Mrs. Much appreciated. And yeah, I'll either finish this and send it back, or it won't be for me and I'll send it back. But either way, is very much appreciated. But before I get into that, I really feel like I need to do something productive. Like I say, a lot of time now has been spent moving stuff that hasn't been permanently implemented. So let's take a look at these shelves and let's get something done, because I can't continue to live like this. So I think I may have actually implemented a change that I'm happy with. So if you watched last week's vlog, you will know that I had the bright idea of putting my Lego army across here. Now the reason being is this is a fixed halfway shelf, so you can't move that one. So what happens is you get left with an unsightly gap. We did all manner of different things, collector's editions, and nothing just looked right to me. So I thought I'll put my Lego army in here, but we're talking millimeters. I couldn't quite get them to stand up. The tops of their helmets and stuff were just knocking forwards, and yeah, it just didn't work. However, what I've done is, you see these pieces here that the shelves fit on, rather than having them as they should be and turned upwards so they sit in the grooves of the shelf, I've got them all sideways. So I've got the front ones pointing this way, the back ones pointing that way, and it just gives you that extra few mil of height. I can even tell slightly looking at that compared to looking at that. See, I can get my fingertip in that one, can't get my fingertip in that one. So it's just a few mil difference. But I think, looking at it, if we experiment, look, it's made all the difference. Oh, I'm so happy. Right, so what that now means is I should be able to get my Lego army across here and here, and then that'll plug that unsightly gap. So yeah, let's get to work. And we are all set and ready. So I had to transfer this. Thankfully, it's retained its stick, because this was previously on this here. So if you remember, I had my Lego army double stacked, and this sat behind the front row. Also, I've had to do the trunking hack, because obviously the middle shelves are new to these billies. So that's all been done now. And somehow, luckily, the exact number of standard Xbox 360 games, and I do stress standard because there's a lot of steelbooks, sleeve covers and special editions still to go in. Fits the shelf perfectly, like to the game. So yeah, those first few shelves are absolutely perfect. But now we're all locked in, I can do the fun bit of getting the Lego army in, plugging that gap, and yeah, I think it's going to look great. I'm really excited about this. But that's going to have to wait, because Clair Obscure Expedition 33 is now installed. That is some beautiful music to get things going. So yeah, this is my evening now. I've got a cup of tea. I'm very intrigued by this one, so I'm going to chill out for a few hours, and I'll let you all know my thoughts in the morning.
What music come on?
Good morning from the Ghetto gym. Early morning workout done to blow off the cobwebs. I had a late-ish night last night playing Clair Obscure Expedition 33. So before we continue on with the 360 shelf, I just want to give you my quick thoughts on the game, and it's not for me. Yeah, it just didn't grip me. I think I put in about 3 hours last night, which admittedly might not be enough. If I'd sat here and told you I'd paid 10 hours, 13 hours, that might be in a better place to give you a more definitive review on it, but it's just not gripped me. I've never been a big fan of turn-based combat anyway, as you guys know. I think the big pull, looking at a lot of the chats on the Discord, is the storyline, the music, the characters, but it's just not pulled me in. And if I'm being honest, whilst the music is beautiful, it's almost too much of a good thing. It's like everywhere, I'm just walking from A to B and I've got this like French cinematic opera at loud volume, and it's like, save that for the important bits, and then I think it hits a bit more. Do you know what I mean? I think ultimately for me, the game has been a bit overhyped in my own mind. It's not anybody else's fault, but because of how much everyone else has enjoyed it and how much I've been reading people discussing it with each other and loving it, I think maybe for some people it was a sleeper hit. It came out, it was like a small French studio. I think like 30 people worked on this game. So it kind of came out of nowhere. No one was expecting it to be as loved as it seemingly is. But for me, because my only sort of knowledge of it was how much everyone enjoyed it and people talking about one of their favourite games ever, maybe in my own head I gave it too lofty an expectation. And for me, it just didn't really match it. But please do not let me put you off. I don't really like those kind of games anyway. I haven't put loads of time into it. I've just put enough into it to know that it's not gripped me enough to want to invest more time, especially when I haven't really got any time. I'm kind of in this weird position right now where I'm very close to the wedding. So as you can imagine, there's loads going on behind the scenes trying to get ready for that. And I'm going to try and give myself a week off. Not a week off videos, don't worry, there'll still be 2 videos, but give myself a week off by getting ahead with videos. So I'm literally on overdrive at the minute, getting as much content created as I can so that I can have a bit of time off with the family and enjoy all that good stuff, yeah, in and around the wedding week. But yeah, like I say, don't let me put you off. And if it is for you, let me know in the comment section below. But all that being said, I've been excited all night and so far this morning thinking about getting these Lego figures put in. So let's get it done. And they are done, and I'm so happy. I think I finally found the elusive perfection that I've been looking for. So thus far, everything now fits perfectly. I was really happy with this being So these are just the main sort of like Romans and Centurions, and they fit perfectly on that row there. Here I've just gone with like the quote-unquote enemies, the bad guy shelf, and I've still got room to grow. So there's still room for like 4 figures on that shelf, which is great. And there's still all these guys here, so there's still like an overflow of all the additional characters from the army itself, which is great because there might be more gaps to plug on this shelf. So if I can create like another small shelf, I will do that. But I'm so happy, and all it took was, like I say, just the changing of the way that that shelf sits on the shelf holders themselves allowed me to do this. And yeah, I love a small shelf. I've always said how much one of my favourite things in this room is my kid robot shelf down there. And now to have another one of them, yeah, it's just really enthused me for the whole thing. I was starting to get a little dejected with the 360 area, thinking it just doesn't display as well, and it's like real prominent like real estate in here, but for me that's made all the difference. It's always the small details that make the biggest difference, and that's why I spend so much time doing this and making sure that everything's done to perfection. Otherwise, what's the point? The only thing I would say, when you see games that are sitting like this, that's just because I haven't yet affixed the shelves together. At some point they will be screwed in just so that they're exact, but they're just kind of there now so I can get a placehold. And you may remember I said I had the exact number of standard Xbox 360 games. It turns out that was a lie. There's all these down here that I found round the corner. There's games everywhere in this room at the moment. So my plan now is to get a couple more shelves on and just get a few more 360 games added to the shelving area.
Ready?
And there we have a couple more rows added. I'm very, very happy with how this area is now coming together. Yeah, feeling so much more like positive about this whole 360 section remaining here. I think it's gonna look great when it's done. We're gonna have to stop there because one, I'm out of trunking, and all the shelves that I'd used that had the trunking already affixed from previously have been used, so I need to get some more trunking. And also I need to order some more of this like Lego tape, because I do intend on adding another Lego minifigure row a little bit lower down. So yeah, I'm going to get both those things ordered, so hopefully for next week's vlog we'll have all that so we can get this finished. And I don't see any reasons why we shouldn't have it all finished next week now, because 360 is pretty much done, and then it's just PlayStation 3. So we'll get all the PlayStation 3 and stuff on the other side, which, just to remind you all, there's still a hell of a lot of space over here with which to fill as well. So yeah, feeling really positive. I think that's a great place to end this week's Ghetto vlog, and I just want to give a massive thank you to everybody for taking the time to watch. This is where I always say, oh, what a good week, but a great week, just an amazing week. Going out and seeing Kev and everything. Massive shout out to Kev, and hopefully we're going to see him on the channel again real soon. If you want to see Kev on the channel again soon, put in the comment section below. Kev, see you soon, right? We all want Kev coming back, so hopefully he enjoyed that game hunt as much as I did. But guys, just as always, massive thank you. If you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. It is much appreciated. And if you want to get involved with the Ghetto Gang, the Discord, all the other good stuff that we've got going on over there, the description will contain the link below. But I think that's pretty much it. So play your games, keep it retro. I'll see you real soon. Take care.
KFC stands for Big Fat.
I was referring to the picture. Oh, dear me.
Lock into the retro ghetto. Come and have a look around the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples settle. Lock into the retro ghetto.
Okay, so in a move that I'm sure will surprise a few people, I've decided to go with Val d'Isère Championship, and it's even gone to the correct aspect ratio for me, which is kind. So the reason I picked this game is with Battletoads Double Dragon, I want to play that game. I'm going to play that game. But at what point am I going to sit here and think, oh, I really want to play Val d'Isère Championship? So this is what post-credit gameplay is all about. It's about trying games that you pick up rather than just putting them on the shelf forever. Because yeah, if I didn't play it now, the chances are I'll never play it. So let's just jump straight into Val d'Isère Championship. Wow, that's that is some overview map, isn't it? Look at that. It's like a magic eye picture. Right. I thought I'd be choosing my sport or something. Oh, got some feeler advertisements. Graphics are fantastic though, aren't they? Right, so I have to hold X, which is surprising. I didn't think I'd need a... Ah, that's not a very good start. Right, so I didn't think I'd need an accelerate button, but I seemingly do. How good are these graphics, by the way? This doesn't look like a Super Nintendo game, does it? Very 90s outfit. Look at the colours on him. Oh. Okay, so you can jump. Oh, nice. What else have I got in my arsenal? Nothing really, I think. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to seem to be getting any points for jumping, but, you know, whatever. This is cool, isn't it? Right, so I'm guessing I've got to get to the checkpoint before that time runs out, but the fact that I fell over as soon as I started probably means we might struggle with that. Yeah, out of time, no surprise. Okay, so now I know what I'm doing. Let's see if we can get it done this time. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the next stage is. Because I thought it'd be like any other Olympics game where you choose your discipline and then you play that discipline, but obviously doesn't seem to be the case with this one. I love how it's just auto jumping. Right, I'm going to assume we're faster on this bit of ice here as opposed to the snow. I'll tell you what, I'm sitting there with a big smile on my face. That's normally a sign that a game's fun. As we experienced last week with the fantastic Everybody's Golf. And I meant to say, last night, after I was playing Clair Obscure, one of the reasons I turned it off was because I wanted to play a 9-holer on Everybody's Golf. So that's what I did. Out of time again. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong here? Right. Apologies, guys. I'm pretty sure I was going to do it that time. Right, so let me go down the hill. Oh, no, it's not. It's just showing me that's where I've got to go. Yeah, I know that. I'm just not very good, mate. Right, we'll have one more attempt before I look at the instructions. I really don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm going to try and just stay in the middle this time, on the snow. Are we faster in the air? It's hard to tell. So anyway, yeah, so last night I played another round of Everybody's Golf, thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've since been told that the PlayStation 3 version has got Kratos as an unlockable character, which seems unbelievable, so I will be buying the PlayStation 3 version of Everybody's Golf. Oh, nice. Nice. Definitely feels faster. Feels faster. Yes! Okay. Oh, jumped over the trees. That was nice. Yes, it's all about staying in the middle, I think. That's where you get the most speed. Feels like bloody Wipeout all of a sudden. Oh, talking of Wipeout. There we go. Wipe myself out. Right, okay. So you're definitely faster in this section of snow in the middle. That was rubbish. Rubbish. I ruined this run, haven't I? So yeah, I'm going to be investing in an Everybody's Golf subset. By the sounds of it. What is going on? Oh, there's no way I'm making this, is there? Absolutely no way. How am I supposed to do this? Out of time. Of course I am. Right, now I wish I could... Right, it's moved me on a bit. Has it? Oh, I don't know. Do you have to put like a full run together or something? I'm struggling to understand what's going on here, guys. I'll be honest with you. Right, let's reset. Let's reset and see if there's like a different option. I feel like we've missed something here. What a jam. Right, one player. Right, let's see what the options are saying. Free ride, snowboard. Code, I ain't got any codes. Snowboard, we're just doing snowboard. What's free ride do? I don't seem to change anything. Waste of my time! Right, we're going to do it one more time, guys. I was hoping to show you a bit more of the game, but my ineptitude seems to be stopping that from happening. And for those of you that have tuned in thus far into the vlog, I think I touched on it earlier in the vlog that I'm kind of trying to get ahead. So like, the day you're watching this, you're like a week behind reality. Normally the vlogs are like the week it happens, so it's very much real time. But like I said, I'm trying to have a week off for my wedding, so as you're watching this, I think it's like wedding week. And there's going to be some fantastic content coming because we've got some great vlogs. I'm not going to be vlogging the wedding itself, but I'm going to be vlogging like the lead up to it. Like a bit of the stag do I've got coming up. The night before, where I'm away with my best man. And the honeymoon, I'm not going to tell you where, but there is going to be an international game hunt coming up. So where I'm going, there's some amazing retro game shops. There's even a CEX. So yeah, some very, very cool stuff that's going to be coming to the channel for you guys very soon. But for me, as soon as I've finished this, I'm straight into the next video. I've got 2 more videos I need to get done this week. So I need to get the Wednesday video that you're going to see in a couple of days' time, which I already know what I'm doing. I've already got some fantastic pickups on that. Some really, really good like subsets completed. So I'm going to be showing them. And then another Sunday vlog. So that's my week in terms of content. And that will give me just under a week off, which is the first time I've had a week off from making any sort of content in a long, long time. But I just want to enjoy the wedding. And also something that I meant to say to you guys on the mainline video, but I forgot because, like I say, I'm kind of a week ahead. The video this week is going to be dropping on a Tuesday as opposed to a Wednesday. So you're going to have a Tuesday drop. And that's because I'm very busy on the Wednesday doing some of the stuff I've just spoken about. And I don't want to be sort of distracted, sharing my videos, seeing how my video's doing, answering comments, you know, all that good stuff that you want to do when you release a video into the world. I just want to be able to focus on the other stuff that I've got going on. So the video's going to go live Tuesday, and then we'll have another vlog Sunday as always, and then we'll be catching up with married life and honeymoon vlog, international game hunt, and all that good stuff. But all that aside, I seem to be doing alright this time. I think this game's a bit like Wipeout, so you get so far and then you can choose a left or a right, one of which is probably easier than the other. But whilst I'm just sitting here talking rubbish, I seem to be doing okay, but yeah, kiss of death, right? So great graphics, simplistic gameplay, basic music, but all in all, not bad. And just a nice opportunity to sit down, try a new game out and have a good chat. Because like I say, it's just all the stuff I've just been speaking about. It's stuff that I didn't mention on the vlog, largely because I forgot that I'm a week ahead. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get any further into this game, given my recent poor showing. So let's just see if we beat the time or not. And what I'm going to be doing on future post-credit gameplay is picking up some of the SNES games off the wall. We've had so many great games in recent times that I really need to get some tried out. And also, don't worry, I know I did mention about playing Elden Ring. That is coming. There's going to be a very special video dedicated to that, hopefully in the not too distant future. So if you're a FromSoft fan, a Souls game fan, just watching me be rubbish at video games and die fan, you'll definitely enjoy that one. But guys, yeah, just a nice little sit down and little play and chat. If you stayed this long in the comments, it is much appreciated. Let me know by saying Ghetto Ski. Ghetto Ski. I'm not going to try and get you to spell in Val d'Isère. But I hope you enjoy your Sunday. I hope you have a great week. I'll see you all very soon. Take care.